inspired by like the silhouettes and the colors and finding interesting ways to kind of make them into clothes. I also grew up in a huge craft culture. So in my town there's loads of craft fairs and people really love knitting and crochet. So I wanted to incorporate that into my collection as well. So I started doing crochet stitches around all of the shoes and footballs that I was using, and then finding ways to kind of attach them together. So
for you the heritage is quite important.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
all your environment. So you take with you everything you have lived.
Yeah, exactly. Everything that the whole collection is basically an homage to my hometown and kind of where I'm from and where I grew up. So I really want to do that kind of like, it's like a love letter to my hometown, basically.
Can you tell us how much work and the idea about this design?
Yeah, so I mean everything here is made by hand. The shoes are all cut apart and then leather punched and stitched into and crocheted by hand. So it's hours of work, but it's really like fun. I mean, for me, it's like kind of like Lego. You're like building a garment.
So everything is recycled?
Yeah, everything is recycled.
Oh my God! And how did you get all these pieces?
So a lot of it actually was donated to me. So I started a kind of donation in my hometown, and people were bringing their old sports equipment and bringing their old like shoes and stuff, and then I would process them. So like wash them and like go through them and take them apart. So it was really nice. It was a whole like community effort, which was really great because it was all about my community and where I'm from.
Oh, okay. So it's a sustainability,
and
you are giving a second life to all these pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you too focused on recycling and taking care of our environment?
I mean, that's always been a huge part of my work. Even throughout the BA in my first and second year, I was always focusing on projects that kind of reclaimed old materials and bringing new life to them. So I really wanted to bring that aspect into my final collection. So it was really great because a lot of these shoes too, like they're my friends or my family's, things that they would never use ever again. Some of them like completely brand new, but they wouldn't use because either it didn't fit them or it was too old. So it's really nice to use these things that otherwise would have been thrown away and bring, like a new beauty to them. Yeah.
Do you think that your work is quite similar to haute couture with different materials?
I mean, it's quite interesting because a lot of old couture is all based on like that focus on handcraft and taking the time to really craft a garment. So, I mean, I did my internship at Margiela and I was on the couture team, so I did learn a lot about kind of that craftsmanship and focus on craftsmanship, and wanted to bring that into my collection.
I truly believe this is the new haute couture.
Yeah.
I mean that we think about the traditional. This is also, it means a lot of time work, a lot of handmade work.
Yeah.
So we don't need to discard this kind of things.
It's really important, I think, to like continue these techniques because a lot of I don't know, clothes now, it's all about like fast fashion and fast make. So it's nice to have an element of slowness in fashion and focus on like handcrafted fashion so it doesn't disappear. Yeah.
And how do you see yourself? What your immediate goals and how you want to get to position yourself, Paolina Russo, within the fashion industry?
I think it's really important for me to continue like this focus on recycling and handcraft, and within my brand where I take it in the future, I'll definitely be like incorporating that as well as like developing knitwear because I studied knitwear, so that's kind of my focus. I love these techniques and I want to make people like interested in them again or love them again. So this is actually my old soccer ball from when I was a kid. Yeah, so I used to play soccer. So you can see my name is written on it. So yeah, I just again did the same technique of taking it apart and then crocheting into it and putting it back together. But I just thought it was a fun way as well because these things just sit around, they collect dust.
It's like you can take your biography, a part of your life with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell us something about the price? Because sometimes people think that fast fashion or they don't have enough budget, so they immediately go to this kind of super, big, like Sarah, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that we probably are spending too much money with a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
So we don't know what to do with them instead of, just take a break and enjoy other options.
I mean, I think it's really important to have clothes that are made super well. I guess with fast fashion, everything is just made, it's not, the care and the quality of the clothes isn't there, so things break and like, you go through clothes so fast that people are constantly buying and then throwing away. So I think it's really nice to, spend a bit more money and buy into brands that are like really focusing on the quality of their clothes. And like, if you buy something, you're buying it for life. You're not just buying it just to have it. for one season or something like that. So I think that's super important for me and like the ethos in my
So
brand.
thanks so much.
Yeah, no
It
problem.
has been a real pleasure